Welcome everyone back to Evermoor. Today I'm going to be starting a new massive project on this server where I'm going to build an underwater kingdom. It's something I've always wanted to do and never have done it. Ever since 1.13 I've been wanting to do something. And now with the addition of axolotls, I decided to theme this entire kingdom after axolotls. Now in this video I'm only going to get around to doing the main building of the kingdom, but I do want to expand it later on. To start, I had to destroy an entire island. I know that seems like the most unnecessary thing with all this ocean around me, but really it's because of the level of the terrain underwater. I wanted to find a nice area that had a lot of flat space, that was relatively flat, that didn't have too many hills underwater. And this island just so happened to be right in the middle of the perfect spot. So I figured if I destroyed the island, I would have an even bigger flat area and less terraforming overall because I wouldn't have as many big hills to work with underwater. Or maybe I have some weird obsession with having to dig a giant thing before actually building. It seems to be quite a trend with me on this server. But here you can see how it looks with the island gone. We have a nice, large, relatively flat area to work with and start our kingdom. So now that we have the space cleared, we can start working on the main building of the kingdom. That's the only thing I'm doing in this video, and that's the Axolotl Palace. I did spend quite a bit of time pre-designing this in creative and making sure all the shapes are right. Because it has so many complex shapes, I went ahead and did that, and then used Litematica to transfer that into survival. I wasn't able to make it as big as I had originally hoped because I'm so used to building large things in creative, but I had to take into account that the ocean is only so tall. There's only so many blocks of water in the ocean on a default Minecraft world. So this building isn't as big as I was hoping it could be. I had to make sure it would fit underwater completely because I did want to be completely encased in water. And probably not the wisest decision on my part was deciding to have so much copper in this build. I wanted to try to experiment with the newer blocks mostly, but I did not realize how annoying it would be to collect enough copper for this. It took me a couple of weeks or more just to collect all of the copper, and that's from AFKing at a copper farm as well as mining for some in caves. It just takes forever. Not to mention I did lay it all out and tried to get it to the color I wanted a little more quickly. Unless I could find a really good copper farm design that is actually very efficient, I'll probably never build with this much copper ever again. There were many axolotls spawning as I was building this, so I decided earlier on to go ahead and build my giant tank that I had planned for the axolotls at the top. That way I could start placing them in there and keeping them all safe and start growing a population for my axolotl kingdom. Now I have the main structure mostly finished. I just have a lot, and I mean a lot, of interior work to be done. I wasn't able to get footage for every little thing that I've added, but we are going to look at it a little bit later after the time lapse, and I can explain it further. But for now, enjoy the rest of this time lapse. I apologize for misleading you. This was the actual build I wanted to showcase today, the minimalist dirt hut. Don't even try to copy it. It's going to take you way too long to replicate. But yeah, I kind of forgot about this. This was actually what I have been working on for weeks and weeks and weeks. I could stare at this all day and talk about it all day, but I guess we should just go look at this build down here that we just finished. So this is actually what's left over of that island that we destroyed. And there used to be 2 sheep on that island. I think the other one must have gotten struck by lightning because I don't know what else could have happened to it. And it does storm here a lot. So I'm assuming that's what happened to sheep number 2. We need to rescue this one sometime. I just haven't gotten around to it. And the portal is just a temporary portal until I can get that moved underwater somewhere. But let's go ahead and dive right in, shall we? That pun was intended. So here is the palace from a distance. I do want to, of course, do a lot of decorating on the outside. I want to expand this area and actually build little houses and an entire kingdom around the entire build. So I don't think any of the other builds I have planned will be as big as this one. I think this is just going to be the center of the entire kingdom. So you can see my axolotls up there. There is still a lot of work to be done in that tank, but I'll talk about that in a moment. Let's go ahead and swim in. This thing is actually perfectly symmetrical, so it is just a square building. Here is what we have on the inside. In the very center, we might as well talk about this first. I have an adorable little axolotl statue. I think it turned out super cute for this size, and I just had to put it in there. I wasn't going to put a statue originally, but this just turned out so cute when I was testing it. I just had to use it. It is so cute. Look at that little axolotl. Look at his little head. I love it. And then down here, we have our custom coral reef with the conduit down here to give us water breathing. I do have a few more conduits I want to spread around the entire kingdom so that the reach of those will be very expansive. I do have several conduits to work with, which is nice. I will have to look at this place with shaders in a moment, but first let's swim up into the top area where you have the Axolotl Tank. I absolutely love this room because everywhere you look is wall-to-wall axolotls. How cute. Oh, speaking of which, it looks like I picked up another one and I need to put it in here. So let me get through my little safety security system, which isn't super safe. And let's plop them in. I do need to feed these guys too, so maybe that's something we can do before this episode is over. I'm trying to get a blue axolotl, and it's gonna take me a while to get one apparently because they're super rare. But we'll keep trying. So this entire room still has quite a bit of work to do. I do want to beautify the tank a little bit by putting some plants and things in there. At least some seagrass, something green in there for them. And in this room, I need to come up with a better lighting system. I could put lights in the floor, but I don't know what I'd use to cover them up because I don't really want to use carpet. I guess I could use moss. I don't really know though. I don't really know what I want in here yet, so it's just kind of a mess. And then I've got all my leftover storage from building this. Alright, I do want to show you what this room looks like with shaders because it looks so cool, so let's turn those on real quick. And there we go! Isn't this so pretty? I have these little columns of lights all around just to light it up a little better. Now this place isn't spawn proof, unfortunately. There's still drowned that can spawn in here, but I honestly don't mind at this point. I have been killing so many drowned they don't even bother me that much anymore. But we do have some sea pickles down there to light up the floor just a little bit. I don't want it too bright down there, but just a little bit so that you can see the coral reef with shaders on. It looks so pretty. I just love swimming around here and seeing the little statues, seeing the lights everywhere. I was also thinking it would be cool to have some lanterns hanging around here, but I'll have to experiment with that. There's still more decorations I could add in here. I will just have to keep experimenting. And here's what it looks like from the outside with shaders. Also very beautiful. I did put some sea pickles in the front there just to light it up a bit. Those are more temporary though. I think I will have to come up with a better solution to light up the outside. Maybe when I get more buildings built up around the kingdom, I'll have little street lamps or something to light it up. I am so excited to continue this build, but I think I'm liking the progress of it so far. No thank you, dolphin. I do not want your grace today, but this just looks so amazing. while I have been building this for the past month or so, wait, how long have I been building this? I feel like this has been a project I've been doing all summer, or since I did that end tower build, however long ago that was. I lose track of time. I have no idea how long this took. But let me show you how many tridents I've collected since in that time. I have all of these tridents, and I was thinking it would be nice, since I don't really need all of these, it would be nice to give some of these to other members on the server if they don't already have one, and maybe as well give them a gift of a few axolotls. So I'm going to go ahead and prepare some things just to give to other players. And after that, I think I want to go collect some fish and have another breeding session trying to get that rare blue axolotl. We will keep trying until we get one. So I just realized that that whole last video clip had my image cropped so you couldn't see my entire hotbar. That is fixed in this video clip, so hopefully the rest of the video goes without any problems. Unfortunately, I don't really want to re-record all of that, so you're just gonna have to deal with that clipped segment. But anyway, look, I've got all my gifts ready. I've got some tridents ready to give to people. I already gave one to Bobbert, so I'm just gonna give one to those who haven't had one yet. We've got Mending, Unbreaking, and Loyalty on these tridents, and there's plenty more where those came from. So now it's time for me to deliver all the gifts. So let's go do that right now. Okay, so I came to Bobbert's place to give him some axolotls, and I don't know what this is. I have a feeling I know who's behind it. What? Oh, this is hilarious. I don't even know where I'm gonna put these now. I guess I can just put them in the river? I don't know if Bobbert has seen this yet. Hopefully this is not him seeing it for the first time on my video. Oh my goodness, that is too funny. Alright, let me find my axolotls. Okay, I'm gonna put 2 in here. I hope that's okay. I hope they don't escape anywhere. But let's just go ahead and put a couple axolotls in there. Be free, have fun, swim around. I'm going to escape out of this pink wonderland. Oh my goodness. This is so crazy. I've never seen so many flowers in one place. Now we're at Cortez's base. He has not been on the server lately, but I'm gonna go ahead and get his little gift ready. Alright, so here we have our aquatic army starter kit. We've got our little axolotls and a trident. There you go. Here we have Mako's base. I think I'm saying that right. He's a newer member on the server. I did give him axolotls before, and he made this adorable little pond for them. But I only see one axolotl here, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and put down the trident in a box, and we will go ahead and put the other axolotls in here. We'll add to his little collection another brown one and a white one. There you go. And finally we have this one for Lilith, and since she lives right next to a coral reef, this would be a great opportunity for me to collect some more tropical fish, and we can go feed the axolotls one more time in hopes of getting that blue one. So let's do that real quick. Alright, I think I have enough fish. I have as many as I can carry with me. So let's make our way back to the Axolotl tank. One other cool thing about this tank I love is that if you get close enough to the walls, they can see you through it if you're holding a bucket of fish, and they will just flock to you and follow you. It's so cute, but I have to make sure I'm not holding it when I go through this door, otherwise they will mob me and I won't be able to make it through. So let's get in here. Alright, I've got all of these ones that I'm holding, but I also have a couple shulker boxes after this. So let's go ahead and try this out. I think it's starting to lag a bit because I have too many axolotls, so I might have to start releasing a few because I don't think I'll be able to contain all the ones I'm making in here. And really I just want to try to get a blue one out of this and then I can stop breeding them. I don't see any blue ones, so I guess we'll have to keep trying. Alright, I think that will do it for this episode. There's still a lot more to do for this build as a whole, but I'm really pleased with how this Axolotl Palace turned out. It's so beautiful and so much fun to swim around. It's actually very hard for me to leave this place. It's just so much fun to go down here, swim around. It was a lot of fun building underwater. This was the first time I've ever done anything like this underwater. Actually, this is the very first time I built underwater, and it's actually a lot of fun. I really like it. Aside from being attacked by a drowned every 5 seconds, it is a lot of fun. Have a great rest of your day, guys. I look forward to seeing you in another video. Bye!